Hi there, this is Justin Turner, and I'm here to present my final project for Promeneo Tech's Backend Bootcamp. I'm going to share my screen with you and describe to you what this project's all about. The goal of our project was to create a fully operational CRUD API, um, and it was supposed to have like a certain number of entities and tables in it and yada yada. I'm going to just briefly show you the entity relationship diagram to give you an idea of what my project looks like. It is supposed to be a database representing a public health nonprofit that has various programs, and those programs are either funded by grants or donations. We have entities in this CRUD API representing programs, grants, donations, as well as donors and granting organizations. There's a many-to-many relationship between both programs and donations and programs and financial grants. And we have a one-to-many relationship between financial grants and granting organizations, as well as donations and donors. I'm going to run this API. So it was built in Spring Boot. And I'm assuming if you're watching this, you're probably familiar with Spring Boot. And Spring Boot essentially uses various other dependencies to build the database for me. And I also have it loading in some data as well. So it just did that. And then we can actually take a look at what it created here in dbeaver. So let me just refresh everything so we can see that this is some new stuff. Okay. So we have an entire database here built through Spring Boot with Hibernate, which is the dependency it uses. And there's some data loaded in, such as some donors in our donor table, some programs in our program table, and some granting organizations in that respective table. Okay, so there are some CRUD operations implemented on all of these entities. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the Swagger documentation. So that's actually, I'm running it right now on the local host. And I configured this whole thing to go straight to our documentation just by going to the local host address. Here we can see there's, at least according to the Swagger documentation, all four major CRUD operations implemented on granting organizations, grants, donors, and donations. And if we look into the code, we'll see that as well. So for example, if I go to my, let's say, donor controller, we can see all of those mappings here. There's a get mapping, post, get by ID, put by ID, and delete by ID. Okay, let's see, is there anything else I should go over? I think that's pretty much it. So let me know if you have any questions. You can find this project on my GitHub and look it over in detail at your convenience. Yeah, and of course, let me know if there are any questions. Thank you.